If you're looking for a quiet book, for a book that you just want, words and poetry to flow beautifully, this is it. Hi everyone, this is Paul Loves to Read, and as you know, in this channel, it's all about spreading the love and joy for literature, and we hope we can help you find the right book for you. For today, we're going to talk about this Booker Prize award-winning book for 2024 called Orbital by Samantha Harvey, and I'm super excited to share with you this book. The unedited, raw version of this review is more than 30 minutes, so it's going to be a challenge for for Ray to edit it down. That's how much I love the book. This book is about 6 astronauts who are orbiting the planet, and it is their last 16 or 17, tama ba? Orbit into Earth, and that's the last mission. And the book takes us into the different lives of the 6 astronauts as they reflect about their life on Earth, about their family, and it also, the book gives us a glimpse of what these astronauts are thinking about and what are their realizations as they view the planet from space. No plot, all vibes. And I love it. I really love it. And by the way, this is the winner for 2024 Booker Prize Award. So it's really it's quite a singular book. Singular, like unique. It's very it is in its own plane, its own world. Yeah. I stumbled upon this book because I was always in the lookout for Booker Prize books, and this made it to the long list. When it was still in the long list, I already had my eyes on it, and it being about astronauts and space, something I'm interested in personally. This book, in a word, for me, is profound. That's the word I used. And the reason is because it puts things into perspective. It encourages the reader to zoom out out into space, as in realize how tiny you are, how tiny our planet is, and how beautiful also, diba? How unique. So the 6 astronauts to me represents, different types of individuals, different types of people on Earth like us, and all of them kind of go through the motions of reminiscing and recalling their life on Earth while they are orbiting the planet Earth in the story, right? And through those realizations, through those callbacks, that's where and how the author shows how important and how valuable life is, and how tiny you are in the grand scheme of things. Like your little problems, it becomes a lot smaller when you look at it from a different angle. And you realize that, there is no point to conflict. There is a portion in the book wherein the astronauts were, syempre, the astronauts were looking into the planet Earth, and they could see the movement of the typhoon or hurricanes. They could see the movement of the typhoon or hurricanes in the oceans. And they could see how it would just sweep from the Pacific. Na-mention nga they mentioned Philippines. We always welcome those. We're always hit with the typhoon and hurricanes. So they see that, and from outer space, the 6 astronauts realize that in the grand scheme of things, it's just nature behaving just as nature does, and how nature could be very powerful and how it could impact lives. That being said, and this is the part that I loved about the book, that being said, the tininess of you, the tininess of your problems, the little things that you worry about, the little things that you take care of, the little things that matter to you are actually the big things. Yes, because those are the things that, if you think about it, if you don't have it, your life will be, will be so different. For example, the very basic, I mentioned it earlier, the very basic, you have all your bodily functions. You take it for granted. You could see, you could speak, you have 10 fingers, Do you know someone? Do you have a friend who who cannot see? Or do you have a friend who has some problem with their voice, they can't speak? Or do you have a friend who can't, they don't have mobility in their hands? Imagine, they have such a different life, diba? And these are the things you take for granted. But these are the things that matter more. These are the things that matter more. I do think it's not for everyone. While it is an easy read, technically an easy read, it is, like I said, it having no plot might be a bit strange for you if you're not used to that, and if you are expecting like a narrative that you could easily follow, like you have a protagonist, and it's not like that. It's not like that. But then again, maybe that's the reason why you should read it. I would recommend it because it's a different perspective, right? You know what they say, perspective changes perception. Because they are outer space, it's literally zoomed out, and you looking at the planet. It's very humbling read. It's a very poetic type of prose. The writing is really very, to an extent, what's the word? Not emotional, not that emotional, but it really touches you because it's very poetic. It's very poetic. It's like National Geographic, but more on the poetry type side. Ganyan. So yeah, so I would highly recommend it. Not a surprise that it won the Booker Prize. Again, it's very unique. It's a very singular book. Never really encountered anything like it. I do think also that the readability, you could read it again and you will discover something new about yourself, about the book again. It's very, how do you say? It's very insular, the way you read it. The more that you read it, the more that you kind of discover something about your own point of view. This is one of those books that you could read if you are in a kind of a reflective mood, if you want to pause, take stock of things at the end of the night, a very busy day, a very busy month or whatever. Go to your reading corner, read this, a little reflection, maybe with wine. I do feel like it's a wine kind of book, not a coffee kind of book. It has that vibe. So yeah, it's that kind of book. I don't know if you get it, but like I said, no plot, all vibes. That's the vibe. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.